50 years of independence, 5 episodes, countless stories, and now it's just me and Jules. No crowd, no ceremony, just the table at centre field. Here, on the sacred ground, we lay it all out. Our journey, our memories, our hopes. This isn't the end. This is the reckoning.
Thank you.
Unreal.
Thank you, CJ.
Good job, Jacinta and CJ. Thank you so
Jacinta,
much.
thank you.
So, we're going to do our first dish. I'll take you through it. So, we've got some beautiful prawns here that we caught fresh from Barakal village this morning when I went out to the ocean on the canoe at about 4:30 in the morning, nice and early. We've also got some beautiful tuna here. So, the purpose of this dish is to essentially showcase the seafood that we have here in Papua New Guinea and the beautiful seafood that we have. But the highlight of the dish, or the star of the show, is the sea urchin, which we've smoked, and it's absolutely fantastic. We'll get to that part later. We'll get a bit of cooking going on. So we've got some amazing curry leaves here. These are fantastic, super fresh, straight from Mum's garden. It's fantastic. Now, I've made this sort of aromatic stock with the shells from the prawns. So kind of like a bisque technique, but we've kept it kind of light and fragrant. And what I'm going to do is just add some beautiful curry leaves, which we tend to bruise them up by rubbing them on our in between our hands here, and that tends to wilt them and start to sort of release some of those beautiful oils. What we're doing is we're essentially paying homage to 50 years of independence with these beautiful contemporary dishes, but also it's a nod to the mumwe that we did the other day with Aaron and Mum as well. But that's coming up to the boil, and you've got these beautiful fresh curry notes in there, along with that amazing prawn shell bisque, which is just absolutely fantastic. And the aromats are absolutely, it's just, the aroma is super, super awesome. While that's getting to know each other, we're going to get a pan on the stove here.
The prawns get dropped into the broth. They won't take long to cook.
And you can see already these amazing prawns are starting to go translucent.
While the prawns cook, we start on the tuna.
Just make sure that both sides are seasoned nicely. And we're keeping this dish super, super simple too. The tuna and the prawns are essentially accompanying the amazing sea urchin that we've got.
Once the tuna and prawns are cooked, it's time to get them on a plate.
There you go. Cooked, ready to rock and roll. All right, so we've got our plate down. First thing that's going to go on is the tuna.
The tuna is finely sliced
So the tuna goes on,
and placed carefully on the plate.
and we're going to just cut our prawns here. Just make sure that bloodline's taken out.
And a sprinkle of olive oil.
Touch of salt over the top. Now onto the star of the show. So this is beautiful sea urchin, also known as vahua. It's essentially got all of these beautiful sea urchins and wrapped it up in a parcel, wrapped it in banana leaves, and then we poached it and then finished it off on the fire too. So all of that happened, and it's super, super awesome. And that's what it looks like. So you can still smell the saltiness of the ocean in it. But you have sort of like a beautiful background light flavor to it. What we're going to do is just incorporate that onto this dish now. So that's just going to go all the way around. This is the star of the show as well, so we want to make sure that we've got a generous amount of sea urchin. You've got this saltiness there, but you've got this smoky background flavor to it. And it's actually a little bit sweet as well because of the types of sea urchins that we have over at Pari Village. So it's a beautiful, beautiful appetizer. And then we've got our amazing prawns. Just goes over the top.
Orange is thinly sliced and added as garnished.
And this just gives this citrus element to the dish as well. Now these are little orange caviar pearls that we just made. And what they do is they add a textural element to the dish, simply setting it with agar, boiling it and dropping it into olive oil. And as that sort of cools down, that just sets into these wicked spheres. That's just gonna go over the tuna. We've got the beautiful traditional sea urchins, vahua that's smoked the way that Auntie Pam does it, the way that she's been doing it for so long, the way that our ancestors have been doing it. And then we've got these wicked little orange caviar pearls that, which is a little bit of a modern technique incorporated into this dish. We've made this beautiful kaffir lime gel. So we're just gonna add a couple of dots of this around, just like that, all the way around. We've got some beautiful alpa oil, which is our local greens, so packed full of minerals and nutrients and actually a little bit of protein in there too, just like our local spinach. We're going to incorporate that to the dish too. So that's just going to go, just dot that around. So we got these beautiful red capsicum oil as well, so our roasted peppers. And what we've done is just blended it, cooked it, roasted it, blended it, and then made a beautiful oil. So these oils are not just, the purpose of the oils is not just to make the plate look good, but it also adds this light sort of background flavor to the whole dish. Every single part of this plate has local ingredients sourced from Papua New Guinea, and that's what it's all about. So just to finish the dish, we've got some beautiful kaffir lime leaves that we just blitzed up, and it creates this wicked texture. It's like fairy floss, and that's just gonna go over the top. So once again, we got notes of kaffir lime, notes of curry leaves on there, but the main star of the show is this beautiful smoked sea urchin from Auntie Pam's backyard. You can't talk about PNG cooking without talking about fire. And we've made this ash powder, which is basically taking all of the trimmings that we have in the kitchen, everyone does it, make sure it's clean and just roast the hell out of it and then blend it, and you get this wicked sort of ash powder, which is super, super healthy for you. And this adds that sort of fire element, smokiness element to the dish too, which is another transportation vehicle of flavor to the customer. Just sprinkle that around. You're looking at quick cooking. The basis of this is fresh, beautiful ingredients. So if we don't have beautiful prawns or tuna or beautiful sea urchins, we can't create this dish because it's just not going to get anywhere. The very first course that I want to show and share with Aaron is this amazing, beautifully smoked sea urchin with seared tuna and prawns. We've got notes of citrus, kaffir limes, and curry leaves on there. This is something that I think is absolutely fantastic and a great dish to share with Aaron because it pays homage to our amazing local produce. It's light, it's fresh, it's fragrant. Everything on this plate comes from Papua New Guinea and comes from the ocean around where I live. And it's a great start to the meal that I want to incorporate and begin with. Super excited about this, and I hope Aaron loves it. You should be able to taste some beautiful sweetness, smokiness from the sea urchins, a bit of citrus there, and it should be nice, light, and refreshing.
This is absolutely amazing, my brother. And look, paying homage to Auntie Pam, the sea urchins, that's absolutely fantastic. And the fact that you've been able to, also wind this up in such, it's a fusion of, I guess, what we've been unpacking, 50 years or 5 decades of independence. We've also unpacked these wonderful flavors of traditional foods from around either the coastal or paying homage to, the moo and so forth. But now you've just put your spin in this such a contemporary way, and I can't wait to get into it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, feel free. Let's just get into it, I think.
I don't want to touch it. It looks like a piece of art.
I want you to try the sea urchin. So that's got this sort of beautiful flavor to it.
Oh, yes. It's about, recognizing and respecting the past. also holding firm to tradition, culture, but being open to the future.
Yeah. So, Aaron, second course. This is special because this is a course that I actually cooked for the late Pope Francis when he came on his papal visit to Papua New Guinea. What was super awesome was that I got a chance to showcase Papua New Guinea produce to him, and he loved it. And he came and he thanked us, and he was completely blown away by just the delicate flavors that sit in front of you now. So we actually cooked beautiful ramu eye fillet beef, and I cooked it in exactly the same way. Okay, so we got our beef here. We've got a little bit of rosemary and a little bit of garlic. If you want to if you're cooking at home, use thyme. But this is pretty straightforward stuff here. We've cooked this beef at 58 degrees for about 25 minutes. So that's perfect medium rare. And that should translate in the pan to a really, really nice high medium rare as well over a quick sear. So sous vide cooking there, so a bit of modern technique with classic Papua New Guinean beef. Let's get into it. Light season, already cooked, so you just want to sear it. So we've got nice foamy butter, also known as beurre noisette, then the beef goes straight in. Garlic in the pan, touch of rosemary in the pan as well. Now you're letting all the beautiful flavors do its thing in the pan. Already you can see there, you got a nice beautiful brown sear on that beef. That was literally 10 seconds, not even. So I'm gonna flip the beef now. Just gonna get my aromats, pop them straight onto the beef. Basically very similar to cooking fish. You add the butter at the top bit, let that beurre noisette roll down, and then you're basting. All that foamy butter comes down, and then that's your sauce, essentially for the beef. And we're just searing the outsides now. Then onto a nice clean tray. That's it. Aromats on the beef, and that's it. Beautifully seared ramu eye fillet, ready for plating. You have to incorporate that beautiful flavor back over the meat too, because you're losing all that flavor in the pan as you're monte or burring or mounting with butter, and you're having all that beautiful flavor in the pan. And a lot of chefs just take the meat out, leave it on the tray, and then carry on with life. You want to really incorporate those flavors back on there. It kind of goes against the traditional way of cooking where you rest your meat and allow all that liquid to fall down, but we don't do that stuff anymore. This is modern cooking, and it's all about keeping those flavors together, and that's just how I learned overseas cooking. So everyone's got different ways of doing it, but I find that this is the best way in order to pay a lot of respect to the ramu beef as well. So as that beef sort of rests there, we're going to crack on. We've got some beautiful mumu. This has just been cooked classically. We got some min, oxen palm taro there, and then some sweet potato. We've cooked this with lots of coconut cream and just baked it in the oven. So this is actually banana, or we call it min banana, but basically it's just really, really ripened banana. We've cooked it in some coconut milk along with the other ingredients, but we've baked it in the oven for about 3 to 4 hours. And as that cooks slowly, it changes color, and all those beautiful flavors just really concentrate, and it just goes to another level in terms of this beautiful, deep sort of banana flavor as well. And this is actually my favorite part of the mumu, and it's a part of the mumu that I really want to transfer and showcase to Aaron as well. And what we're going to do is we've just taken some of this min and just blended it up into a puree. We haven't added any olive oil or any butter. We've kept the flavors really, really clean. And I think that's really important when you're talking about modern Papua New Guinea cooking, because you don't want to cover up those flavors. A lot of chefs tend to do that. You want to keep it sort of quick and fast and keep it clean, and just, once again, allow the flavors to translate on the plate by itself. So this is just going to go on the plate. And we're keeping it kind of rustic, and the purpose of that is that's really what Papua New Guinea cooking is. You know, it's traditional, it's rustic. Not every mumu is exactly the same as the next mumu. There's not really any recipes. You know, it's kind of just passed down through generation to generation based on feel and touch and showcasing and telling stories and sharing. And that's what this is. So we're just going to keep those same ethos and just go with the flow. Straight down. And that's just going to go on the plate. And we're just going to hit it with a little bit of red wine essence over the beef too. Touch of olive oil. So we've got beautiful beetroot powder, which adds this sort of earthiness to the dish. And then we've got the alpa powder as well. So this is the same local greens that we've just washed 3 times, dehydrated it so the flavors are super concentrated. And then that's going to go over the top as well. So this is a really, really simple dish. Very last part, we've got all those beautiful flavors on the tray there. A lot of the times people get rid of that. We're going to use that to finish off the dish there. So super simple, really, really easy, but this is the main course and I can't wait to showcase this to Aaron. We've got amazing local ramu beef from Leh. Little bit of red wine sauce at the very bottom. We've got mumu vegetables and we've got min puree. Finished it off with a little bit of beetroot powder and alpa powder as well, and the pan jus that was left on the tray of the pan. This is Papua New Guinean mumu, celebrating local Papua New Guinean beef with a little bit of help from myself. And I can't wait to show this to Aaron. Please enjoy, tuck in.
I mean, this was absolutely exquisite, and the fact that you actually cooked this similar dish for Pope Francis, I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. And you're right, you don't want to be messing with our mumu veggies. I mean, they're just fantastic, just the way that they are. And you know, the way that you've brought this particular dish together, it's a combination of respecting those traditional flavors as well as the ways of our cooking as well. But it's so significant that, you know, we're here in this wonderful stadium. It's the church that brings our 2 countries together through rugby league, which speaks about the independence, speaks about the future, but it also speaks to that, I guess, galvanising the relationship that we do have as Australians and Papua New Guineans.
Yeah, there's obviously a lot of tradition there, right? And going back to Papua New Guinea, pre-independence, Australia's always been the bigger brother in that sense. You can't talk about Australia without talking about Papua New Guinea and vice versa. And it goes back years and years. You know, we're going back to a long time. So fast forward to 50 years of independence and the future, you know, 50 years in the future, what that holds. But very interesting time at the moment, and we're caught in a beautiful place here, table for 2, smack bang on the halfway line at the National Football Stadium. It's a beautiful ground, and you know, in a couple of years we're talking about the rugby league, the NRL. And Papua New Guinea is on track for its first ever NRL team, which is a massive thing. I think it's just an exciting time to be here, and an exciting time to be part of it all. And I see a lot of positives coming to Papua New Guineans, and vice versa. I reckon there's going to be a lot of positives that the Australians will get out of this too. I think the Australians will learn a lot as well, and it'll just strengthen the ties even more so than where we are now. I mean,
absolutely.
We missed up one time, right? So step by step, as the logo says.
Side.
And it's brilliant, and I think it's just going to be even bigger moving forward. And yeah, who knows what the future holds, but I know that there's a lot of hope and there's a lot of excitement with this as well, and it's brilliant.
As we talk through the flavours, the faces, the fire, we're not just recapping a series, we're sitting with a nation's spirit, the hands that built it, the voices that shaped it, and the future waiting beyond the horizon. Every dish we shared came with a lesson, and every story lit a path.
Last course. This is a dish that once again pays homage to early childhood memories, pays homage to my granddad, who Sir Bubutana, late Sir Bubutana, who blessed the the flag at Independence Day. So this is kind of a nod to that, and also to PNG produce as well. So we've got some beautiful barova here that we've cooked it in the traditional way. We've sort of set this a little bit more firmly, so we've incorporated more sago as opposed to the one that we did the other day, which I wanted it to be a little bit sort of runnier. But we'll just get straight into it. So this is the coconut that we've got from the coconuts that we scraped and we milked for the sago. So what we did is we've just baked that a little bit and then toasted it off to incorporate that beautiful coconut flavor onto the dish as well. So we've got some beautiful vanilla ice cream. We're going to incorporate that onto the barova, and we want to keep it simple too. I think that's what Papua New Guinea cooking is. It's simple, beautiful flavors, simple techniques, and we don't want to stretch too far away from that and too far away from tradition as well. So once again, we're using our traditional techniques, traditional flavors, but incorporating a few little modern touches like making vanilla ice cream, and also the coconut milk element, which we've done out of the espuma, which is a little bit of a foamy modern technique. Just like that. No perfect quenelles here, rustic. This sort of deep flavored coconut milk. So here it is, amazing, beautiful barova, cooked traditionally, however incorporated with a few little modern twists at the end. Barova was a dish that Aaron and I shared together at the start of this awesome kin and kai journey, and it's only fair to have this dish at the very end. Barova is a dish that you can eat at the start of the meal or at the end of the meal because it's got a lot of sweet sort of flavors to it, and I think it's only cool that we incorporate this at the very end, and I really, really hope Aaron loves it because I love barova and the flavors are absolutely fantastic, and it's super simple, it's easy, and it's rustic, you know, and I think that's Papua New Guinea food in itself. You're never going to find the same barova cooked over and over again. You'll find different techniques and versions of it. And even then, I mean, I don't think there's an actual written recipe of barova.
No.
I mean, the way that I learnt it, my aunties were like, yeah, that amount of sago. Oh, no, too much, or more banana. You know, it's just by the feel of it. And I think that's when you get some really awesome recipes, is when it's by the feel of it.
Absolutely, and if, you know, like the barova, like the mumbu vegetables, if I don't break, don't fix it. I mean, and these are flavors that have been passed down generation to generation, right? So by the time that we've come to us, they've perfected it.
Yep.
The whole thing has been perfected over generations. This has been an incredible experience, the way that we've been able to unpack 5 decades of independence through food, and the wonderful conversations that we've had, you know, with Mum Betty, your father, your brother, and the way that you've allowed me and to be open and open up your home to your family. It's been extremely touching, and you know, to the wonderful people that we've met, I feel extremely privileged. But gosh, I feel so much hope for the next 50 years, and I guess in the theme of this celebration, let's bid a cheers.
Cheers.
Step by step.
Side by side.